Welcome to Intermission Part 2. So we've finished talking about all of the research phase. And at this point, if you're progressing into the next phase, which is your preparations phase, and I've said it before in other videos, you really need to make 100% certain that you are ready to go, that you have no doubts in your mind that this is what you want to do, not just that you want to do it, but you actually can do it physically, financially, etc. So this is a point where you have done absolutely all of your research to the point, I mean, you're ready to go. You're ready to just start doing whatever you got to do to get on a plane and move. But you're not quite there yet. You can't just hop on a plane yet. There's a lot of preparations involved. So we're going to start looking at the preparation phase. Now, the research phase is the biggest phase as far as length and importance, because the research phase is where you really have to decide, is moving overseas a good idea? And if so, where are you going to go? What is it going to be like? How much is it going to cost you? So that really is the longer section, because there are just so many steps that are involved in actually making that decision. Once you've made that decision, though, now you need to start your preparations. This phase is not going to be particularly big as far as the overall steps that are required, but each step is going to be an important step, and it's going to take some legwork. So it's not like, just pack your boxes and say goodbye to your family, whatever. I mean, there's going to be a lot more involved in that. So we're going to be looking at your paperwork. That's going to cover documentation, making sure your mailing address is all set up and good to go, mail forwarding. You're going to have all of your bank cards and IDs, everything set up and ready. Then we're going to be deciding what items that you should probably keep, what you need to get rid of. And that's going to be a difficult part there. Both, it's a very emotional time to have to look around and decide what you have to get rid of, what you don't need anymore. Second part of that is going to cover pets. So if you do have pets, you're trying to decide, should I bring my pet with me or not? How do I do it? All those kind of things. We're going to be talking about that in that video. And once you've decided the items that you're going to keep, then we're going to look at shipping options. What options do you have to actually ship that stuff over to where you're going to be living? We're also going to look at your packing list for your luggage. What items should you definitely want to bring with you right away, so that the minute you get here, you've got that with you. Then we're going to be looking at travel tickets, different airline tickets, different options. One thing we're going to be discussing that a lot of people have questions about is what's called the throwaway ticket. A lot of people ask questions about that, so we'll be covering that in detail as well. But essentially, your preparations phase is knocking everything out that you need to physically, financially, mentally, whatever, prepare for moving internationally, of going overseas, to live. You're going to be leaving behind your friends, your family. You're going to be having to get rid of some of your stuff, and it's not going to be an easy process to go through. For some people, they're already ready. They're like, I'm going to throw everything away, sell it, get rid of it, whatever. I'm just going to grab my bags and go. I'm ready right now. But for other people, there is going to be some time that you're going to have to take to realize, I'm going to be leaving. I might not be coming back to my home country for a long time. So that's where you're going to be going through this whole next phase, is preparing to get on the plane. So hopefully this will be useful information. And again, if anybody has any questions about anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments or send me an email. I'll try and get as many questions answered as I can. But this is moving right along at this point. You should be ready to start getting into it.